we will discuss data. Data preparation includes how the data will be before that can be put onto any programming model. So in this, we will cover the data, how the data will be prepared, types of data, how the continuous variables will be converted into discrete variables, how the outliers or errors will be handled, how data will be transformed through data transformation, how the missing data entries will be handled, and how the various redundancy that occurred into the data will be handled. And at the final, we will discuss the sampling and unbalanced data sets. First is, what is the need to prepare the data? Can anyone tell why we want data preparation? Yes, can anyone tell me what is the need of preparation of data for any programming model?
And if we have data, then we can proceed further.
नहीं, data or meaningful data?
मीनिंगफुल डेटा मैम, मीनिंगफुल डेटा होगा तो हम उसमें से इंफॉर्मेशन इजीली ग्रैब कर सकेंगे, और जिसके ऊपर भी काम करना तो इजीली हम उस चीज पे काम कर सकते हैं, अगर हमारे पास असेंडिंग ऑर्डर में डेटा होगा और यूजफुल डेटा होगा।
यस, गुड। ठीक है, डेटा हमारे पास दो टाइप्स का होता है। वन इज द डेटा विच हैव any type of information that is contained into it. The vague information, the correct information, a mixture of data will be there. Second type of data is the valuable data. ठीक है, the data that actually we want for our programming model or for any processing. ठीक है, so we will firstly transform the raw data into a meaningful data. So that thing is known as data preparation. The main purpose of data preparation is to transform the data set so that their information content is best exposed to any data mining tool, for any programming tool, any data mining tool, for any processing tool. Fine. So we should have a meaningful information, a meaningful data in our hand before further processing of data into some model. Because if we are having meaningful data, then only we will get our desired results. Fine. So if the data will contain some error, some noise, some irrelevant information, and we will input that kind of data to our model, then it doesn't produce any desired result. It will produce the incorrect output. So that's why data should be prepared before it is applied to any input process, so that there should be minimum errors. So that is the main reason for the data preparation. So preparation of data also prepares the miner or the programmer, so that when it will use this prepared data, then it will produce the better models and it will produce the quick results. So the good data is a prerequisite for producing effective models of any type. So data need to be formatted for a given software tool so that it can have it can remove all the unwanted entries. All the unwanted entries are like the incomplete entries into the data, the noise or the errors that are present into our data, and inconsistency. So these things will be removed while we will prepare the data for processing. Now, what is this incomplete? Incomplete means, let us suppose we are having the data with some attributes. For example, we will have an example like the occupation. We want to mention employee occupation. Okay, but the entry is missing. Which type of designation, which type of occupation is that for particular employee? If the entry is missing, then that data is irrelevant to us. So this is a kind of incomplete information, that we are having some kind of missing entries. Second is the noisy data, means the data contains some errors. Fine, like we will have the data like we want to express the data in terms of salary of any employee. Okay, and it is written as -10. Then what does it mean? And let us suppose the data defines age of any employee and it is written as 222. It is also incorrect. Fine. So it includes errors into the data. Okay. Third type of data is like inconsistency in data. Means there are discrepancies in any codes or names. So let us suppose we have to write some numeric values and the data contained only the alphabets. Data contains the duplicate values and data contains any irrelevant meaning of any irrelevant words like that in example 4. So these kind of data is said to be a inconsistent data. So these things should be removed for preparation of data while we will pre-process data for any model, or we can say that we will prepare data so that we can input that data into any programming model. That things should be taken into mind that they should not be contained. Like there should be no incomplete entry, there should be no errors, and data should be not consistent. Now, what are the major tasks that are involved in the data preparation? The major tasks that involve in data preparations are the data discretization, means the conversion of data into a discrete values, data cleaning, data integration, data transformation, and data reduction. These are the steps that should be performed while preparing the data. So first step is your data discretization, in which the part of data is reduced, but with particular importance, in which the numerical data should be taken into account. Okay. So once we will discretize any type of data, suppose our data is not discrete in nature, it is analog or somewhat other in nature, and it should be converted into a discrete form. Fine. So while we will convert the data into discrete form, there are chances that there is a loss of data. But this should be considered while discretization or while sampling the data, that the important entries should not be missed. Like the numerical values, if the data contains some numeric values, it should not be missed. Otherwise, the meaning of data will be converted. Second step is data cleaning. While in this, the missing values will be considered, smooth data will be considered, and the noise will be removed while cleaning. The errors will be removed. Inconsistency, these things will be removed while cleaning the data. Third step is data integration. Integration means collection of data. Okay. While we will collect data from the multiple resources, then it should be clubbed in a meaningful way. So that thing is known as integration, in which data will be collected from multiple databases, from files, from data cubes. So they should be collected in a meaningful way. The next step is data transformation, means we will normalize or aggregate data that is required for any kind of programming model. Then the data reduction. The next step is data reduction, in which the volume or the data should be in a compact way. It should not be. It should not contain large spaces. So data content should be reduced, and it should be compact so that we can put those data into our analytical files. So these are the steps in data preparation. So these steps are shown into this diagram, how the data will be processed, pre-processed. So data preparation includes the cleaning and integration, selection and transformation. Next step, data mining, and then you will get an refined data in terms of knowledge, in terms of information. Now related to that, we are having related to preparation of data, we are having a crisp data mining technique, in which we will have a comprehensive data mining methodology. In this process model, it will provide the data mining, the data to the data mining expert, the complete meaningful data, it is provided to the data mining expert so that it can put that data directly into its model. So these are the various steps in which the data mining risk inputs will be involved. So these are like firstly the understanding, the business understanding which kind of data any type of business require. Then it will prepare the data, then it will model the data, then it will, after modeling and after applying those data inputs to a particular model, the output will be evaluated and then it will be deployed into the real world applications. These are the various steps in which these data pre-processed data is applied into the various steps. This will be discussed later on. So these are the phases. जैसे कि अभी मैंने मॉडल में डिस्कस किया है, these phases are like the business understanding, data preparation. Now we will focus on these two things, data understanding and data preparation. Data understanding involves the steps like collection of initial data, explanation or description of the data, data exploration, and verification of data for quality improvement. Data preparation involves the steps like selection of data, cleaning of data, construction of data, and integration of data. And then the last step is formatting of data. So now, what is this collection of data? The first phase. So collection, yes, how you will collect your data? Can anyone tell? Yes, how you will collect data? You will collect data from the data sets. Those data sets can be available in various locations into various files, and you have some input quantities that you can consider that is your data. Then how you will describe the data? Next step is how you will describe the data. Data will be described based on its properties, based on its volumes, based on its attributes, based on its ranges, based on its identities. So meaning of all these things will be there so that data can be described in a full meaningful way. So like the attributes, the basic statics, the data can be have in the form of average data, minimum data, maximum data, in the form of mathematical tools, in the form of any type of data that can be described so that its attributes can be described in a way that everyone can understand. So next step is exploring the data. It is basically analyzing the properties of attributes. So it will basically describe the relation between the different attributes, between the numbers, between the properties, between the various statistical inputs. Next step is verification of data quality. It will identify the special values and catalogs with their meanings. So the missing values should not be there, the blank fields should not be there, so the data should not be consistent, data spelling should be correct. So these kind of things should be verified while we will make the quality check for the data. Then the next step is selection of data. Then from the data set, the data that is required for any particular processing or for any particular input model or algorithm, it should be selected as per the requirement by the programmer. So anything that is not required from the data set, it can be removed, and anything that is required additionally than the available data set, then it can be collected from the internal and external sources. Cleaning of data, as I already told, it is to remove the noise or to remove the errors from the data, from the raw data. The missing values, this kind of data should be removed before applied to the input model. Next step, the data construction. So it will be derived from various attributes and from other knowledge bases. Then data will be integrated from the various sources and records. And then the last step is formatting of data, means rearrangement of data attributes. So in formatting the data, we will rearrange the attributes. So there are some tools that will do this function, like various kinds of identifiers for record maintaining, and for their kind of modeling tools that are available for sorting the values. And there are various kinds of other tools, the specific tools for specific applications, like for conversion of data from uppercase to lowercase, conversion of data into any other way. So these are the various steps for data preparation. Clear to everyone how the data will be prepared, the various steps? Is it clear to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Next is the types of data. So data can be defined on the basics of its measurements, in which we can define based on its scale: the nominal scale, the categorical scale, the ordinal scale, interval scale, the ratio scale. So their measurement can be qualitative or quantitative both. So in qualitative, we will have three types: nominal scale, categorical scale, and ordinal scale. And in quantitative, we are having two types of scales: interval scale and ratio scale. The quantitative techniques for the data measurement can also be defined in two ways: continuous or discrete. Continuous technique will take analog inputs, and discrete techniques will take digital values, discrete values in the form of binary values. Now, the nominal type, the nominal measurement will contain the data like ID numbers, the names of people. Second, the categorical type of data measurement includes like any color, the eye color, the codes of the zip codes of cities. And ordinal data will contain, for example, it will contain the rankings, grades. Interval data, for example, it will contain the dates, times and dates, that like the calendar dates, the measurement of temperatures in the Celsius grade or Fahrenheit grades, and other scores of examinations. Then we are having ratio scale. It is used to measure the temperature, length, time, in which we are having certain units. These are the examples of types of measurements. Next step is data conversion. So there are some tools that are required for conversion of data. Some tools can deal with nominal values, but others can deal with the numerical values. So for every requirement, the data conversion can be there. There are some tools that will convert data from one form into the another form. Now, next step is about how the data will be discretized, means how the continuous data will be converted into discrete values. So this process is known as discretization, in which the continuous variables or continuous attributes will be converted into discrete attributes. So in this, it will divide the range of continuous attributes into intervals. There are some methods that are used for conversion. The most common method that is used for continuous attribute converting into digital, it is the basic sampling theorem. As per the sampling theorem, the data can be converted. And in the data mining, we are having methods like the binding methods, equal width binding method, in which it will divide the whole range of n intervals into equal size, equal uniform size. जैसे अभी आप यहाँ पर स्केल में देख रहे हो, डायग्राम में देखो, we are having some values in which every interval is having a same interval value. Like you will see that first interval value is 64 by 67. So the gap between 64 to 67 is 3 here. And in second interval value, we are having 67 to 70, the same width, equal width, the gap is 3. Again 70 to 73. So in this way, the gap should be remain same. It should be uniformly divided with number of intervals. So the formula that is used for this equal width binding is, let us suppose that we are having the two attributes A and B. A will be the lowest attribute and B is the highest attribute. Then the width of the interval can be determined with by the formula that it is B minus A divided by N. N is the total number of intervals. So in this way, this method will be executed for converting the to a uniform scale. So every method has advantage and disadvantage. Advantage of this equal width binding method are they are simple and easy to implement, and they will produce a reasonable abstraction of data. Disadvantages are they are having unsupervised, as the number of intervals will increase. It is not known to the known to some data points, so it is also sensitive to some errors, outliers. Next method is equal depth or height binding. So in this method, it will divide the whole data range into n intervals that will contain approximately same sampled values. So some close values will be contained into this method. The approximate values will be contained into this, not exactly equal values. So it is the generally preferred method because it will avoid some clumping errors. Like let us suppose we are having some nearby values, and those values can also be included in approximation. It should not be ignored into this method. जैसे यहाँ पर आप एग्जांपल में देख रहे हो, we are having some temperature range values like 64, 65, 60, 68 like that. So in this we are having equal height but not equal weight. ठीक है, यहाँ पर आप देख रहे हो कि आपके जो फर्स्ट इंटरवल है, it will contain the 4 values. It will contain the values from 64 to 69, but it has the total count, the height of the value is 4. Similarly, the second interval contains the values between 70 to 72. Height will remain same. Third interval will contain 73 to 81 interval values. The height, the x-axis value will be remain same. So with these methods, we can convert the values into discrete values. So they are known to be class independent method and class dependent method. Class independent method is just like, for example, the equal weights method is simple. It is come into class independent method. And class dependent methods are like the decision tree method. They are depending upon certain class. So these are how the data can be converted into discrete values. So next, this method will be covered into the next lecture. That's all for today.